By popular demand, this whole video is going to be dedicated to my chia seed pudding, how I make it, and how I make it so creamy. This is probably one of the most common questions that I get on a daily basis or whenever I post it. So I am going to cover all of that for you guys. That way you will have all my tips and tricks on how to make the best creamy chia seed pudding. So I start out with 12 ounces of unsweetened almond milk. You could actually make your almond milk from scratch, which is what I usually like to do. But for today, I am just using the Khalifa Farms unsweetened vanilla almond milk. 1 dropper full of vanilla stevia drops. And 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract. This is the coconut milk that I use. Now keep in mind, this can is refrigerated and you are only gonna use the hardened part at the top of the can, and you're gonna put that into the almond milk mixture. Only the hardened part. You leave the liquid in the can and you can use that for other things like cooking or adding flavor to chicken or shrimp or something like that. So you just wanna use this creamy part. This is one of the tricks to getting the pudding to set so that it's nice and creamy. Oftentimes when people say their pudding is extremely liquidy, it has to do with they're not just using this part. This will actually set inside the pudding and it makes it nice and thick and creamy. This is what's left in the can after. I scoop out most of the white creamy stuff and then the liquidy stuff stays at the bottom. Again, you can save this. You don't have to waste it. It adds great food to, flavor to your cooking. But for the purposes of the chia pudding, only the white, thick, creamy goes inside of here. Now I'm just gonna mix this nice milky consistency. I pour it equally into the 4 wide mouth 8-ounce, I think these are 8-ounce mason jars. I love the wide mouth because you can easily add toppings when you're ready to eat this, and you can mix it up very easily. And then I get these lids. I replace the lids that they come with, the like aluminum lids, and I like to use these lids because they just last a little longer, less messy. So you've got the mixture evenly distributed amongst the 4 jars here. Now I am going to add 1 tablespoon of organic chia seeds to each jar. This is the easiest way to distribute the seeds evenly. I haven't always done it this way, but this is definitely the easiest way. So now I'm going to just put the lids on here and shake them up. Lids are on, so you're just gonna give it a little shake and put them into the fridge for about an hour or so before I'm going to mix these up again. This next step is another key to getting the pudding nice and creamy consistency. This is an important step if you really want your chia pudding to be creamy. After about an hour that it's been in the fridge setting, you're going to pull out the chia pudding and you're gonna see all the seeds are likely settled at the bottom. Open up each container and you're gonna wanna run a spoon along the bottom and remix those seeds up so that they are no longer stuck to the bottom. You will literally have to scrape the bottom so that they're free from sticking, and then you will put the lid back on and then just shake it up really well. So I just did this one. See, I freed up the seeds that were stuck at the bottom. Now you just want to shake it really well before you put it back into the fridge. And you're going to do that for each one of them. This will ensure that your chia pudding is going to set really nicely and be very creamy. You'll put it back in the fridge for another 2 hours or so. This is how I know they're gonna set really nicely. See how the seeds are nicely distributed throughout? They're not just stuck at the bottom. After about 2 hours, it is finally ready to eat. And this is what I call perfectly set chia pudding. As you can see, the chia seeds are nicely distributed. It's nice and thick. You can mix this up and add your toppings, and it is ready to go. This is the creamy chia seed pudding. These are the toppings that I like to put on my chia seed pudding. I like sliced almonds and then unsweetened coconut chips. I drizzle a little bit of this Honest syrup from Chalk Zero and vanilla, and then a small little handful of organic raspberries. So delicious and nutritious.